gonna make a difference in Birmingham.
It was very hard to deal with because it was very unexpected. And like I said, you never see it coming. One day you see them, the next day they're gone. So I've been trying to keep everybody situated, keep their heads high, tell them it's okay to breathe, don't feel too bad about it, because that's just life and happens.
To decrease the violence here in Birmingham, all four.
What is the name?
617 Roberson. I thank God 383 12 continuing to involve me in his program, and I look forward to us having another Wednesday with no violence toward our young people.
Is that right?
Where you going to school next?
Either Florida A&M or Alabama.
Ended her life because she was being bullied. Because she was afraid of the violence that may come to her. And that's what we're going to start tonight, with what's being called cyberbullying and how it leads to actual violence. We've seen the stories or heard the stories, we've seen the news report, but tonight the question is, how is it affecting us here in Birmingham? What we need tonight is feedback from our students. I know Roy asked the parents to speak up, but no, not tonight. It's time for us to listen to our students. It's time for these young adults to tell us and start the discussion about what's going on.
Instructor here to say, I don't think it's okay to say you. I mean, and the reason I say that is because you could be the reason, one of the reasons as to why they died. You know, why they are indeed, you know, a person who commits those same crimes against someone else. I think it all depends on how we come at them. You know, if you go to people and you tell them, you know, you're stupid, you shouldn't put up with this, of course they're not going to listen to you. And that's, a lot of times that's what we do. We come in an arrogant point of view that, you know, I wouldn't take that, you shouldn't do this. But you have to realize that person, it's more of a mental thing. It's not just the physical being abused, it's a mental thing. And if you come understandingly and respectfully, then I really believe that it'll help more.
High school. And at my high school, every day there's always something going on. It's either beef between boys who are different cliques saying, I claim this, I claim that. Whether it started 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whether it started over a girl or something that was said online. And every day as I walk the halls, I see it and they just make fun of it like it's an everyday thing. I think to myself, how can you enjoy going through something like that? Saying, oh, if you hit my friend, I'ma jump in. For one, you don't know how the situation started, and two, why are you risking yourself for your friend who might not do the same thing for you in return? Because every time a fight goes on in my school, everybody's rushing to it, not knowing how the situation could turn out. Because in my school, we've had a lot of situations where there's been a gun involved. Then they have to go to lockdown, and everybody's wondering what's going on, who has it, who might get hurt. And I don't like the feeling that when I go to school, I have to constantly look over my shoulder, making sure that nothing happens to me or happens to my peers who are surrounded by me. That's all I want to say.
For you to share with all of us your personal story, and I just have to say this. First of all, there is not any scenario where violence is acceptable whatsoever. Okay, so let's just start there. There is no scenario where domestic violence is acceptable. And that goes both ways, because it doesn't always just happen with the man or the woman. We have some women who can be very aggressive and they commit domestic violence against men. So I just challenge all of you today to not accept that. There are hip-hop lyrics that I think can be very misogynistic and that are degrading to women, and I don't want to say promote domestic violence, but could provide people the perspective that it's okay, but it's just never okay. And all of the examples that we see in the media, I mean, look at Chris Brown and his career. Because of what happened, he literally lost everything that he had worked hard for. And I just challenge each of you guys to just really stand up and stand against that and don't tolerate it. No man or woman is worth allowing yourself to be abused physically, verbally, at all. You just can't stand for it. Sisters, you have to support your girlfriends and encourage them to walk away. Brothers, when you see it happening, you see your homeboy committing a domestic act against his significant other, you have to stand up for that person because it could be your mother or your sister. You really have to look at it that way because it is someone's mother or someone's sister. You won't want it to happen. And people get hurt and lose their lives behind that. So I just have to say there's just no man that's worth it. And a lot of times women think it's okay because they want to be loved, but there's another love out there. Any man that will put his hands on you, any woman that will put her hands on you, they're just not worth it. They're just not.
Would you please come up to the stage, please? And this young lady, and I spent, as you all know, yesterday in the White House in a meeting with Obama's administration. And it was truly an honor, an humbling experience for me to be in the room with some of the national mentoring groups around the country. And they have an interest in the city of Birmingham and what we're doing here to fight violence, to deal with juvenile delinquency and things of that nature. And we're going to continue those dialogues and conversations with the President and the First Lady because they want to mentor young people all across this nation. They want to make sure we make a difference. I need my black man to step up. My black brothers need to step up and mentor. My young black ladies need to step up and mentor. And the reason I brought Khadijah Jones onto the stage, she's with the Adolescent Mentoring Program right here in Birmingham, Alabama. Young lady right here from Birmingham.
Because like Councilman Roberson said, we have over 4,000 kids that came into the juvenile justice system in 2009. 73% were African American. The majority of the kids that's coming into the court system are African American males. So we need for the community to step up and be mentors to these kids. All of these kids deserve a second chance. They need somebody to model. They need somebody to mimic. Our program is all about empowering, exposing, and inspiring these kids. So we do need the city of Birmingham and everybody to step up and participate with the Adolescent Mentoring Program.
Thank you, Khadijah, of this effort for our young people in 100 Days of Nonviolence and what they're doing in the city. And it's truly good to have what we all need as young people, mentors. And someone you can look up to and acknowledge, and he's been a mentor to me. So I want to make sure that's known, but you have the Honorable Mayor, the leader of the city of Birmingham, who's united for the city of Birmingham, Amir Windham.
There you go. Thank you, Councilman. Let me say good evening to each and every one of you. You know, guess what? Y'all got the mayor in the house. You know what that means? That means that I understand and I'm into what you're into because we get ready to take Birmingham to the next level. A lot of folks don't believe that, but we get ready to take it to the next level. I don't want you to have to go to Atlanta, Chicago, LA, New York, and other places for your talent to be spotted. We're going to make sure that we bring opportunities right here to Birmingham, Alabama. So many ways to love ya. Got me like, oh my God, so in love. Found you finally. Make me wanna say, oh, 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 oh.
Beefing, murder my brother for no reason, now my family grieving. And them little gangsters, they sneaking cause they doing the same. Putting rags on their faces cause they itching the vein. On the day they clutching on 380s, living so shaded. Mama praying for her baby, only heaven can save it. Lord, please recognize that I had it so hard. Trapping on that boulevard, I couldn't find me no job. And the crack got us gone, breaking up our home. So them children grow up alone, it's morally wrong. I wish that I could make a song for the riders and G's that'll make them put down that weed and get on their knees. Still a sign I was living blind, stuck in the grind. I want to live in your sunshine, but Willie Lynch had my mind. Come on, guys, let's ride, man. Hey! A job, I swear you need a job. And when you get that job, work your way up to the top. A job, I swear you need a job. And when you don't work, then you gotta steal and rob. A job, I swear you need it. Stand out, y'all let's say work. Do you remember when I
Hey, Ruben, I got it right.
We're going to make a difference in Birmingham.